Good evening, students. Welcome to the session. In this session, I am going to discuss some questions with you. And a warm good evening to all. So, see the question 1. In question 1, it is given that a soap bubble is given negative charge. Let me think. Okay. A soap bubble is given negative charge. Then its radius. So, students, we have to know how the size changes. So whenever we give some negative charge means giving additional charge, giving additional charge means giving electrons, to a body. So whenever suppose earlier a body has only 2 electrons like this, in the first orbit there are 2 electrons. Suppose it receives 2 more, then the next 2 will be in the next orbit. Okay, next 2 will be in the next orbit. So what we can say, the size changes or does not change? This is a very important question because such type of questions are asked many times. So how to handle these type of questions? So students, in this type of question we assume that when the number of electrons increases, in that case the size increases, because number of, suppose in this case here the 2 electrons are present, so if 2 more will be added, then the size of the nucleus will increase, so its answer will be increases. So size increases, that means radius increases. So let's see the next question. So students, here is the next question. Next question is a point charge q and minus q. Read the question. A point charge q and minus q are placed at x equal to minus a and x equal to plus a. That means at the minus a, which charge is placed? Positive q. Plus q is placed here. So on the plus a, minus q charge is placed. So we have to plot the electric field. So E versus X graph is required. So students, see, if negative charge is there, then the electric field on the left hand side will be along this direction, right hand side, and the electric field, if plus q is present here, then the electric field will be in this direction. So that means the electric field will start from the positive y-axis. This thing is clear to me. Electric field will start from the positive y-axis. So this will be the graph. Due to this positive charge, electric field decreases at this point, and at this point electric field is minimum. In the same way, from this side electric field will decrease in this way. So basically this will be the diagram. This will be the exact diagram. So I hope question number 2 is clear to you. At minus a, plus q charge is placed, and at plus a, minus q charge is placed. This question is taken from the graphical representation of electric field. So I hope question is clear to you now. Moving to the next question. So next question is electric field versus distance graph is shown below, where distance is measured from the center of the body. So on this side electric field is given, and on this side distance is given. So how to determine it, what it is? So students, here the up to this point electric field is directly proportional to R. That means whenever the R is increasing, electric field is increasing. At this point the electric field is maximum, and after that it is going to be decreased with respect to distance. So that means this is the graph of solid sphere. Okay, so for the solid sphere, the body must be spherical, the body may be spherical. These are two cases. A body may be spherical having volume charge density. So this will be the right answer, because in the case of solid sphere only there is volume charge density. So in the case of solid sphere there is volume charge density, due to which the option number C will be the right answer for the given question. So I hope the first three questions are clear to you. Now moving to the next question. Okay, so next question is, in the following diagram all the charges have equal magnitude. Electric field at the center is 0. So he is asking in which case the electric field will be 0. Student, if you have seen the classes, then you can observe if 4 charges are positive, then electric field at the center of sphere is 0. So I hope you have seen it already. If you have not seen it, then in case of this equilateral triangle, electric field at this point is not 0. In case of this pentagon also, electric field at this center is not 0. So only in case of square the electric field at the center will be 0. So I hope this question is clear to you. Now moving to the next question. So in the next question, as shown in figure, plus q charge is placed at, okay, so this is another question from graphical representation of electric field. So see it carefully. Plus q charge is placed at minus a, so that means at this minus a plus q charge is placed at x equal to minus a, and negative charge is placed at plus a, so minus q is placed here. So students, which will be the graph? So see the graph carefully. On the negative, due to negative charge on the right hand side, electric field will be towards, so that means electric field will be like this on this right hand side. So we got the hint from it, and you can easily understand that graph C is the exact graph of given question. So we have seen some questions here, so I hope you are liking this. So if you are not getting my concepts, then you can go to the earlier videos, because in the earlier videos we have some okay, so in the earlier videos some questions are there, some concepts are there also. So see the question number next. Next question is, the graph shows the variation of voltage across the plates of two capacitors A and B versus increase of charge Q. Which of the capacitors has higher capacitance? Okay, C is equal to Q by V. So if I take the voltage constant, then the current capacitance is directly proportional to charge. So I take here voltage constant, charge for which capacitor is more, charge for A capacitor is more as compared to charge for B capacitor. That means capacitance of A is greater than capacitance of B. So this will be the result for this question. I hope you have seen such questions during the classes also. So let's move to next question. So next question is problem number 17. Okay, so he has given the graph. The given graph shows the variation of charge versus potential of two capacitors The two capacitors have same plate separation, but plate area of C2 is double than that of C1. So students, if plate area of C2 is double, so that means C2 is equal to, capacitance is inversely proportional to plate area, A epsilon naught by D, so it will be C2 equal to C1 by 2. C1 by 2, that means C2 is less, so in which case C2 is less, take voltage constant or take charge constant. Let's take voltage constant. If I take the voltage constant, then capacitance is equal to Q by V. So Q by V, voltage is constant here, so capacitance is directly proportional to Q. Now which capacitance is more? C2 has double area, so that means C2 is equal to C1 by 2. C2 equal to C1 by 2. That means C1 by 2 means C1 is more than C2. So we have to see which is more. So A is more because charge on it is more. So that means A is representing C1 and this B is representing C2. So students, line A is representing C1 and line B is representing C2. I hope the question is clear to you. Moving to the next question. So students, see the question. A sphere S1 of radius R1 encloses charge Q. Okay, so it S1 encloses charge Q. If the another concentric sphere of radius R2 greater than R1, there is no additional charge between S1 and S2. Find the electric flux through S1 and S2. So students, this question you can do. Flux through S1 to the ratio of flux through S2. So this you have to find. Students, see, in the surface S1 only charge Q is enclosed, and in the surface S2 also only charge Q is enclosed. That means flux is what? Flux is depending upon the total enclosed charge. So total enclosed charge is same for the surface S1 and S2. That means the ratio will be 1:1. So same flux will be there from S1 and same flux will be there from S2. I hope the question is clear. Now I have to move to next question. Students, see the next question. Just wait. Okay, consider the next question. Consider the situation from figure 29 Q3. Okay, this is the figure. This is the figure given and P point is there. This one is P point. The work done in taking a point charge from P to A. So students, we are taking point charge from P to A is for WA. So P to A is WA. So here students, this is the source charge. Let's suppose potential at point P is this one, PP, and potential at PA. So work done from P to A, is equal to, point charge we are moving, so it is equal to V final, that is VA minus VP. Okay, so this will be the charge by point charge Q. Let's suppose Q naught. So students, when the final potential is VA, here you can see this is the final potential VA. Students, if I move to VB, then VA is also equal to VB potential, because this is the radius is same, VA is equal to VB. So that means if I have to find the work done from moving point P to B, then the work done will be VB here, but VB is also equal to VA. That means amount of work done from A to work done from point B is equal to work done from point C. So that means if we move this point to charge to P to A, then the work done WA is equal to, when we move the charge from P to B, it will be same. So this will be the right answer for this question. Option number C will be the right answer for question number 9. Students, in this video I will discuss 10 questions. In the next video I will also discuss some questions with you. So next question is, an electron and proton. So an electron and proton are kept in a same electric field. Will they experience same force and they have same acceleration? So students, we have to see they experience same force or not. So electron will experience E into force equal to E into capital E. Okay, so this will be the force experienced by electron, minus sign will be there. That means electron will experience the force that is opposite to the given electric field. So proton will also, this is the force on electron, proton will also experience the force. That force will be equal to, charge on proton is also same, so P into E. Now charge on a proton is P, let's suppose, and E. So P and E have same values. That means they will experience equal forces, but the forces are opposite in the direction. Forces are equal. Forces are, students, equal, but they are opposite in the direction. Now see acceleration part. So force is equal to mass into acceleration. Mass into acceleration. So this is equal to, let's suppose in the case of electron, small e into capital E. Now acceleration is depending on, acceleration is equal to E into E by m. So that means acceleration is depending upon the mass. A body having less mass has more acceleration. So that means electron, as we know, electron has less mass. That means electron will experience more acceleration. So acceleration of electron will be more than acceleration of proton. So students, some of the questions I have discussed in this video. If you like this video, then you can share and subscribe the channel. In the tomorrow or day after tomorrow, I will discuss 10 more questions, 10 more similar type of questions. So thank you so much. Have a nice day ahead. Bye bye.